Welcome to day 9 and match 28 of the 2025 Top End T20 series.
As we go to the bat flip here, Pete.
We do, and the big chief, Will Sutherland, flipped it up. The call was roofs, it ended up on flats. So the Renegades won the flip and decided to bat first. Let's take a look at the two teams that have been selected, and a big in is Will Sutherland. Who are you looking forward to seeing after watching the Renegades a bit? Adelaide strikers, they were disappointing against Pakistan, but then bounced back against ACT.
Yeah, they did indeed.
Big games, Pakistan and Nepal tonight. First up, the Renegades and the Strikers. And I mentioned it is like an elimination final.
These are training grounds for these teams, and I love the way that they have rotated their teams.
Absolutely. So Tim Oakley has the ball from the Barla Road TIO Stadium, end of DXC Arena. 𝗬𝗺𝗪𝗏 has been elevated to the top of the order. It's in the air and through the hands. It's burst through the hands and short through. That flew as well. It had plenty of pace on it. Trickles out to the boundary, flicked just inside the rope. So yeah, there'll be a little bit of disappointment there from Hanno Jacobs, who put it down. That would have been a very handy get, and we'll have to put it down as a chance.
Oh, I have to put that down as a chance. He will be disappointed, no question about that. And if they'd been able to pick up Brown, first delivery, what a start that would have been. Looked a little bit uncomfortable. The ball came out of...
Backs away, slays this over the offside, and that's going to reach the fence. One bounce into the beautiful new picket fence here around DXC Arena. Just releases the pressure and the shackles a little bit. 8 from the first over.
So Tim Oakley there, the big quick from Adelaide. Gee, would have liked to secure himself a dot ball or only a single there, but a lovely, lovely shot. Carved out over cover.
This could be caught. He's picked it up late. He's come in though. He's come in and taken a beautiful catch. What a catch that is. Didn't pick it up till very late and sort of need his teammates to remind him, hey Doc, it's time to get in there. But he's got such good hands, Tom O'Connell, and ends up taking the catch when he hadn't moved and it was halfway in the air. Remarkable catch.
Well, you called it, Will. Watching him, he's right in front of our commentary position. He had not moved, so not only has he got good hands, but once he picked it up, he had great pace to actually get to the ball. He's still sort of standing, and then he made his move.
Would have been a comfortable catch had he moved early. I mean, all is well that ends well. I certainly understand that, but it just took a long time to get moving. Anyway, Brown's gone for 3. Unfortunately for the Renegades, they lose an early wicket again, 1 for 9. Is it in the air? That should be out. It is. That's a beauty of a catch. How about that?
What a catch.
Jacobs has taken a spectacular catch at short cover. He missed one that was probably a little easier than that in the first over. That hasn't cost the Strikers anything as Brown's already out. And now Dixon has to fall and 𝗬𝗏 on a hat-trick.
𝗬𝗏 is on a hat-trick. Hanno Jacobs, what a catch. Harry Dixon just stepped back, gave himself a bit of room, absolutely cracked that, as we'll see shortly. What a shot it was. Tremendous catch, Hanno Jacobs. One of the ins for the Strikers and an important in for them.
Well, that is a very, very good catch indeed. Peake smashes that through the offside. How about that for a shot? Doesn't connect with the first two, but my goodness me, does he hit them well. I hate to say it for his old man who's probably watching, because I played with and against Clinton Peake. I reckon Ollie might have you covered, young man, because that is a brilliant shot. Have a look at this.
We'll just see this. Look at the style on this. Just beautiful. He made it look as though he had all the time in the world, didn't he?
And that's an edge and gone. Back to way. He's gave himself a little bit of room. Easily taken from Nielsen there, and the early wickets are going to hurt the Renegades here. They're now 3 for 14, and 𝗵𝗏 needs to go for 5.
Well, that is just incredible. You said before, Pete, that it's sort of full on in T20 matches. I don't know whether it's quite meant to be this full on. There's got to be that balance between risk taking and some consolidation, and I think they're not quite getting the balance right here, the Renegades.
There was a stat. He gave himself room and just nicked it. The head was a bit all over the place. Jacobs getting through the crease nicely. That was sort of over middle and leg, and 𝗵𝗏 with the nick, so he's gone. And now the pressure really applying to the Melbourne Renegades. They are 3 for 14, but when in times of need, they've gone for their big guns and big... Ollie Peake, that's a beautiful shot. That's 4 more. Oh, you can watch batting like this for a long period of time. Cricket lovers rejoice, strikers not so much. Another boundary to Peake, another one through the covers as well.
Almost a mirror image, Pete, of the shot that he played earlier to score his first boundary. Look at that. down on that left knee.
Onto the stumps and gone. Jacobs gets his second wicket as well. Sutherland rode his luck a little bit in the first part of his innings, and then that luck eludes him when he's on 9.
It does indeed. He's gone for 9. I mean, such an important player for the Renegades to have him down in the first 4 wickets. In fact, in the first 5 overs is just magic for the strikers. Chopped it on. And I watched him score 65 against the crosstown rivals, the Stars, in their first game. Here we have him chopping on. Slower delivery.
He just cut his fingers across it a little bit. Didn't move a touch, but probably didn't get up as much. The pace on balls that surprised Sutherland earlier hit him higher up on the bat, whereas this one, Peake hits this one straight and hits it hard. It's a beautiful shot. It's going to race away to the boundary for 4. Probably only slightly over pitch remotely, if that, but Peake was straight onto it. We said he picks up length really quickly. That time he backed himself with a bit of bottom hand and 4 runs.
Yeah, that was always a boundary, wasn't it? The moment that left the bat straight down the ground, given the field positionings here. So 3 4s he's hit now. So the bulk of his scoring.
And gone.
The reverse sweep.
Could not see it with the keeper in the way, but there was just not a huge celebration. Peake's gone for the reverse flick, and he's gone. He's knocked over.
There's the reverse. I have not seen it successful. And there's yet another example. The player who was set, really. 17 off 14, and Ollie Peake. That's a big moment here for the strikers. And you're right, Tom O'Connolly, it takes the wicket. Let him step away, exposes all 3. Middle stump, top and middle. Just raises the arm casually, says thanks very much, fellas.
And that was the wrong, and so you can see why Peake wanted to do it, to go with the spin. And then you can't believe it. Not even a huge celebration from Harry Nielsen either. 5 for 44. Would have liked to have got more excited when we saw that, but it was difficult to see. We didn't see it on the screen. We didn't see it behind with Harry Nielsen in the way. And normally when you see the bails fly, you're up and about. Peake. That's short and wide. That should go the distance, and it does go the distance. Lemire onto the roof. That's gone straight over the bar. That's a good hit. See what, there hasn't been a huge amount of movement from anyone to go and get the ball.
No, there hasn't. First 6 of the innings, Pete, and a good crack at it as well.
It's probably the worst.
Oh,
it's 𝗂𝗚𝗽 who's into the attack now.
Gee, I'm lucky not to be called a wide there, I thought, but the umpire's in far better position than what I am.
We are just sitting on that angle, aren't we?
Yeah, just slightly.
That long off sort of position.
Oh,
it's on the inside of the blue.
Oh.
It's in the air. It's going down to deep third. Can he get hands on it? Can, but drops it. And then, somehow, has kept it inside the field of play. That's a disappointing drop. That's one of the easy ones we've seen put down. That would have really put a dent into the Renegades' innings. Just stood there, flayed the bat at it. Was inside. Was probably a bit worried about the rope, and then just put it down. Josh Kahn.
Stockdale.
And that's gone.
And he's got him. He bowled a beautiful delivery like that in his first over. He's pulled it out. Second ball of this over, and Lemire, the one we were talking about being the foundation from this point on, is gone for 24 off 22 deliveries. So Stockdale, what a delivery that was. Pace, a little bit wide of off stump there. He's gone for the big slash. Got the nick. Nielsen does the rest.
Hasn't moved his feet at all, and they don't often nowadays, the new batsmen, they don't use their feet as much as they used to, but that was away from his body. That was so impressive about Peake's boundaries earlier on through covers, just the hand-eye, but on the up, tried to slay it through the offside.
Oh, that's a great shot up over the infielder. That will race away to the boundary for 4. Well done, Fergus O'Neill, through mid-wicket and out to that deep mid-wicket boundary. We've been waiting for it for a while, and it has taken a while to come. Since the 9th over was the last boundary.
He's just waiting for one in his arc, wasn't he?
Oh, he's flicked that one away beautifully for a boundary. So Fergus O'Neill rising to the challenge here. Finds himself on 26 off 26 deliveries. And Stockdale comes out of that over, his 3rd over, at 1 for 22.
So that's the biggest over of the innings so far. 13 coming from it. And what you saw there was fine leg just coming up inside the circle. O'Neill spotted it straight away. Thought if I get anything full, I'm going to flick it. He's probably seen his batting teammates do it, and he thought, I can do that. They do it to me, I can do it to them. And that's a waste.
Oh, crack. That's high, up and under. Catch opportunity here. And taken. So Nair out for 7 off 11. Tom O'Connell takes his second. And gives me the second opportunity to call that wonderful tally of 2 for 22 for Tom O'Connell off 3.2 overs. More importantly, overall, the Renegades 7 wickets down.
So O'Neill asked, was this above waist height? That's way above waist height. That should have been a no ball. That is fair enough that O'Neill's asked the question, because he's hit that from, if not his belly, his chest.
I would have thought
in a normal standing.
That was chest height.
Surprised that wasn't called. And that's up to the square leg umpire. Also, if we can have another look at that wicket, we will, because that seemed to me to be way too high to be a legal delivery.
Oh, cracks that one away. Opportunity for a catch here is what it is, and he's gone. First ball from Tim Oakley's over. Tim Oakley with the figures of none for 16 to start this. His third over, 1 for 16. And the Renegades, they slump here to 8 for 100 at the beginning of the 17th.
Yet again, Alex Ross and the strikers hierarchy get it right. They get the players in the right spot. It was just a little wider, not quite as full as maybe O'Neill wanted it to be. He went hard at it. Really nice hands out in the outfield as well. And the wicket falls 8 for 100. O'Neill will be disappointed. He batted well, needed to make more of the power surge. And how often we see wickets falling as Jacobs takes another catch.
He's been great, hasn't he? And speaking of catching and the fielding today, just angles that one away. Beautiful. Who talks about pressure? What pressure? Just angle that one there through backward point. Might even been gully, and straight to the boundary for 4. So Michael Archer, this is easy. One ball, straight to the boundary. Renegades move on to 8 for 104.
It's interesting they've gone with the slip. Just wondering how much the ball's actually moving, or whether they think that he's going to have him covered here, Tim Oakley, because he is a good bowler, but it just seemed like a...
Moves away, giving himself some room, and cracks that one away through backward point for a boundary. So Archer, he's faced 4 deliveries. He's hit 2 boundaries.
And that was the more impressive of the 2. The first ball was a good one. The late cutter liked it, but that one gave himself some room. Almost couldn't contain myself. I saw him just go back. Where's he going? And then whack, just gave himself the room that he needed. Shot.
Straight down the ground. I'm going to get a possession here. It's come straight through to the fence.
I actually do.
And the commentary box will assist with some fielding here. That's a wonderful strike from Archer. Yet another boundary for him. He's hit 3 of them. Moves to 14 from 7. My fellow commentator here is able to get hand on ball and toss that back into the captain in Alex Ross.
What a beautiful shot that was.
It was, wasn't it? Straight down the ground, and you can see our commentary position just there on behalf of NT Cricket. Beautiful shot, and yet again, exactly what they need. And Archer. Oh, and that's hit him, and he will just jog through for a single.
Sounded like the lid, and I reckon we're going to need the physio to come over and just have a look here. Get hit in the grill.
Well, gives himself some room, gets a little tickle on it. Nielsen, that's great fielding.
Well done.
Great fielding, great awareness. They scamper through for 1, but that was all round really good cricket.
I'll tell you how well Harry Nielsen's going at the moment. He was disappointed he didn't turn that into a run out. Have a look at that.
Yeah.
He flicked it back, knew he wasn't going to get the run out there, and then
Oh, good ball, slower ball. He's whipped that away through the leg side. Again, fielding close to the boundary. Good teamwork there. They go through for 2. Are they going to go for 3? No. Nielsen couldn't quite take that one, and again, the backing up really good. Mackenzie Harvey has worked in from the boundary to ensure that that one doesn't go any further than it should.
Harry Nielsen just
gives himself a bit of room, does Archer, and that's a magnificent shot. Up and away, down towards fine leg. 4 runs on the board. Really impressed with Archer's effort here with the bat. This has been excellent work. 23 off 13 he is, and he's taken the Renegade score here up to 127 off the 19 overs. He's dealt in boundaries, has Michael Archer. Been very impressive. And they were not wrong. That has gone straight up in the air. Should be a catch to the captain here in Alex Ross, and he takes it. Lockie bangs out. 3 off 8. And Tim Oakley picks up his second with his first ball of the 4th over.
He's gone for 3. He was part of a 27-run partnership with Archer, though, so you hate to say he's done his job because 3 off 8 isn't necessarily doing the job so per se, but he's come in at 9, he's come in at 7 for 100. There was some tough work, so he had to go to the last over, and he thought, if I can just get the wind behind this, I can lift it up and over. And unfortunately, he hit it anywhere near Alex Ross, and you're going to be gone.
Just bowled it wide, didn't he?
Just back of.
Just made him reach for it a bit.
Banks wanted it.
And Alex Ross, very good player.
It is certainly to tail-enders as well, though, regardless of where the breeze is. They're fairly lengthy boundaries here as well.
Oh, that's a beautiful delivery there by Tim Oakley. How good. Couldn't even put bat on ball there. Goes through for a dot.
Well, he's going round the wicket just to absolutely cramp Stowe any room and just make sure that the tail-ender doesn't utilise the pace or anything from Oakley. So it's clever bowling.
Another good delivery, and he does get that one away. 4 to square. And again, good outfielding. Just the one it is, but importantly, Archer on strike. And he's been the go-to man.
I understand the discipline of running the first one hard, but that was always going to be one. Yep. Archer has to get back on strike. That's right. 23 from 13. He's found the boundary 4 times.
Yep. Callum, don't you worry.
I'll be right.
Don't worry about the 2.
So now, because he's shown that he can also hit 360, he's done the
Oh, he's gone for it straight down the ground. Opportunity here. No, first bounce. Will they go through for a second? Good fielding again. Just keeping the pressure on, keeping Callum Stowe at the striker's end.
And that was the reason I mentioned it. I thought he's not going to hit him over my head. Yeah. And O'Connell's such a good fielder, he reacts pretty quickly, although first catch he took, he didn't. But because he's 10 metres off, that turned that 2 into a 1. And that's really good fielding. Look at that awareness. Knew that he wasn't going to get to it. So he just hung back half a second. He was burnt by Pakistan a couple of nights ago when he went forward for a catch and ended up going for 4. So this time just learnt, stayed back, and now Stowe back on strike.
Gives himself a little bit of room. Gets that one back of point, and that is through for a boundary to Callum Stowe. So did not get Archer on strike, but secured himself a boundary. His team, they cracked the 130. So 9 for 133 here with 1 delivery to come. And Callum Stowe, of course, will have to take that. He moves on to 5.
Well, Oakley just missed his mark. You see that, it's a full toss. So I reckon any batter worth their salt will try and find the boundary in the last over for that one. Angled it beautifully, Stowe. Well played. Handy runs. They're all very handy at this stage.
Well, they've managed to do what I asked for at bare minimum. Got to get to 130. So they've got the 3 bonus runs at this stage. Last ball. Gives himself a little bit of room again, and straight through to the keeper. They're going to go for the run, and interestingly, Nielsen just holds onto the ball. I love seeing that discipline. 9 for 134 is the score as they run through for a bye. So the target here for the chase will be 135 for the Adelaide Strikers to win here at DXC Arena when they next come out to bat.
6.75 and over. You wouldn't have thought that's too hard for the Strikers, but Renegades do have a good bowling attack, and they're going to back their groupie in here after an amazing 20 over. Look at that, straight down. O'Connell taking a great catch there. Dixon first ball, and talking about great catches, Hanno Jacobs, fair enough to be happy with that. Brash had gone caught behind. Peake hit a couple of lovely cover drives, which we see there. Onto the stumps from Sutherland, straight down the ground, and then a reverse sweep, which I know you hate.
No, I don't hate. They just haven't worked.
Well, we don't like them from a cricket purist and lover's point of view. Not seeing the best batters do their finest work. O'Neill was good. He got to 27. Lemire 24. Michael Archer has given them something to defend though. 24 not out from 14. We just see a couple of his boundaries here. Both sides of the wicket, glides and little sweeps as well. 24 from 14 he finishes. 9 for 134. They've managed to bat out their 20 overs, which is a good effort. So they're the highlights that we've seen with thanks to our friends at NT Tourism, the top NT20 series.
And the Melbourne Renegades batting card there. Oliver Peake with 17, 24 to Lemire, 27 Fergus O'Neill. They just couldn't really get going. We've talked about momentum. Their batting partnerships just couldn't really build any momentum.
A couple of wickets, in fact, wickets to all of their 5 bowlers, just the 5 bowlers used, and it's tough to pick a best bowler out of all those. 𝗏𝗏 with the 2 early wickets in 2 balls. Oakley was good, picked up one at the end. Jacobs fantastic as well. So they've done a great job. Strikers have done the first half of what they came here to do, stay in the tournament. Now they need 135 to win when we come back to DXC Arena. Welcome back to DXC Arena. what a match we've got in front of us. It is the top end T20 series.
I'm really keen to see how Will Sutherland marshals his troops here. You need to see intent in the field, really tight bowling, and team play. There's got to be really good cohesion between this unit.
Got a fairly handy bowler with ball in hand in Fergus O'Neill, who has been at the top of his game over the last couple of seasons, and it's in the air, beautifully struck. It's going to bounce once and it's going to roll away and go for 4. Slightly full, and 𝗂𝐻𝗄𝗃 making the most of it. First boundary of the striker's innings.
He was onto that beautifully, wasn't he? Into position quickly, head over the ball, and just threw the shot beautifully.
It's a very clean strike. You could hear that as soon as the ball hit the bat.
Yep. 1-2 bounces into the fence. Bang, look at that. Hardly moved at the crease either. So the first boundary of the innings takes them to none for 7.
It's a little bit short, and once again he plays and misses.
That's been 2 beautiful deliveries in this innings so far from...
Just lets the one go. Jake Winter. Josh Khan's been just eased down the order for this clash. So they've still got plenty of power hitting to come. Harvey 7, Winter 1. 2 overs gone, no wicket. This one's just short of a length. Pulled through leg side. They're going to get at least 2 as 𝗿𝗺𝗃𝗃 runs quickly and picks up and throws. Harvey moves to 9, no wicket for 10. As soon as you in length, Harvey was ready to go, wasn't he? Didn't quite get all of it.
No.
The intent is there.
Yep, 𝗿𝗺𝗃𝗃.
It's very straight, but that's okay because he's got protection on the offside. Hits it straight to mid-off. Winter probably misses, feels like he's missed out on something there.
Yeah, indeed. O'Neill, even though he's been taken for 5 in this over, I think he'll be feeling as though he's on top all of a sudden, because even his average balls have not been put away.
Just took the pace off that one, didn't he? Out the side of the hand. Does it again. This time he actually gets some connection. Doesn't get all of it though. They've gone through for 2. They're looking for a 3rd. A slight fumble means they're going to get back, and that's a little disappointing from the Renegades' point of view, and the over ends up going for 8 in the end. 3 overs gone, no wicket for 16. Once again, you just got the feeling that the strikers are on top. He waited for that, didn't he?
He did wait for that, and it was tossed up.
So Winter gives himself room and then smashes it, hooks it away to the fine leg fence. And it's going to make its way to the boundary for 4. There's no way Banks can pick that up inside. So a good, quick ball. But fortune favours the brave. Winter gets a boundary.
Well, exactly what the batting team was looking for. A boundary off the first ball of an over. Just enables them then to set up the over. They don't need to take any risks. You've already scored a boundary. Now what can we do by working the ball around? And conversely, you see the exasperation on the face of Will Sutherland as that went straight over the wicketkeeper's head. Oh my goodness, I've just conceded a boundary for the first ball. What are we doing now?
So back to a 5-4 field. Fine leg's going to come up and mid-on's going to head back to long on. Again, you'd think that these are going to be obviously full deliveries, and finally he's going to go quite fine just in case Winter wants to use one of his little lap flicks. And he bowls down the leg side. Well taken from 𝗬𝗪 𝗠. Southern will be disappointed in that. It's the one thing they can't afford: extra deliveries and extra runs. 3 runs.
3 runs indeed. So we...
Hit hard down the ground, very, very straight. So straight that it can't be cut off, and that's 4. Impossible set of field for that.
That's a tremendous strike of the ball, isn't it? Just beautiful there by Winter. Takes his score to 18 from 13. More importantly, the strikers, they have this total here well in hand. None for 39 off 5.3. Callum Stowe being put under pressure. Position that he hasn't really been in too often in this series.
This one's hit hard, but this one to the more conventional long off position. O'Neill picks up, throws to the keeper's end. The shot's in the air. It's beautifully struck over cover. That's going to go for 4 as well. That was hit clean as a whistle over cover. A tough shot to play when your weight's going back and you need to hit it forward. Great shot from Harvey. And a big over. 14 from it.
That is a big over. Well, I think that's one of the rare times I've seen Callum Stowe taken for multiple runs off and over. He goes for 14 at just the top.
That's a French cut. Talk about shots you can't set a field to. It's racing away to this boundary. That has actually picked up momentum as it's gone away. That is very unfortunate for the Renegades. Callum Stowe gave it everything chasing. He just couldn't catch up with it.
Can't say he didn't put in any effort, Callum Stowe. That was a superb chase. You couldn't have asked for any more as a captain from Callum. So look at him. Puts in the big ones right from the word go. He was onto it quickly.
That's gone miles and miles. Have a look at that. That's gone over the fence into the dirt mounds. And that is 6. That was never going to be anything else. Just a bit short. It stuck up. And whack.
What a shot. We talk about doing something different. Well, Winters decided to pull out a 6. That's different. 32 off 19. Peak just giving that ball a little bit of air, a little bit of bounce, and just pulled away magnificently over the boundary at deep mid-wicket.
Yeah, Pete just dragged it down a bit, didn't he? And that's hit firmly. Should be taken. Dixon underneath it. Doesn't miss those. Straight down his throat. Harvey will be disappointed. He's gone for 32. And Peak strikes a wicket in the 8th over.
Well, he tossed it up again, didn't he? His last ball was a dot ball. He just conceded 10 runs. Tossed it up again, gave the batter the opportunity. What was the risk-reward equation? Batter looking for the boundary, found the safe hands there of Harry Dixon. So they lose their first wicket. Can they build some sort of momentum from that? It was interesting, there was no real enthusiasm, Pete, after the wicket was taken. Will Sutherland just sort of walked over to Ollie Peake and had a bit of a chat, but there was no enthusiasm as though...
King goes a reverse sweep and does it beautifully. Said he's a clean hitter. You don't strike them much better than that. It's not Dom's favourite shot, but it's a beauty. It's 4.
That was perfect, wasn't it?
It was perfect.
Absolutely superb. If you're going to hit it like that, you can keep having a crack all day long. He got into position early, knew exactly where he wanted to hit it, and Lockie bangs out there. The lonely outfielder had absolutely no chance of securing that.
It's a good description because he doesn't have a lot of friends around these bands. He's miles away.
It's miles away.
Sloan hits that one hard, and that's going to be a beautiful. That's 6. That has hit the fence, and the birds go flying away. They've absolutely been knocked off there, Rocker.
Good shot.
What a shot that was. He hit that beautifully. That is a shot out of the middle.
What a shot. Beautiful shot.
How's the sound effects, Mike, picking that up?
Yep. Cracked the top of the fence. And the birds, as you said, all went scattering.
Did they? What?
So King, all of a sudden, 10 runs off the last 2 balls. What a way to finish Nair's first over. His figures were looking beautiful.
12,
till then.
Yeah, 12 from it. So they're second biggest over. In the end, it shows you again how quickly it can change. But in the slot a little bit. And King said, thank you very much. I will hit that far and wide. Peak was no chance. And they're going to take the power surge straight away. So this is a little bit of what we mentioned. I think the chat has been had. Are we happy? Let's go. And they've got to try and get 55 as quickly as they can. So only 2 fielders are allowed outside the circle. Will Sutherland is going to take it upon himself from the TIO Stadium at Barla Road, Michael Long Academy end of the stadium.
So here he is, the big fella, the captain. 1 for 80 off 10, so they're going at 8. Only need 55 off 60 here, the strikers. So they've got this game in control at this point in time.
I don't mind this. Normally you'd say don't do it, but when you need to chase a run rate improvement, this is the way to do it.
And wouldn't you believe it, the wind's turned around here, so he's still running into the wind as Sutherland. Cracking away there on the leg side. The outfielder comes in Dixon. They only scamper through for the single.
I just had to wait for it to get past the infielder as well, so it was well done to at least create a little bit of doubt in the mind. Once again, a 5-4 field. The 2 fielders out are the sweepers on the off and leg sides. So he just doesn't want to overpitch here because anything full, well, we've seen what King can do. I'm happy I've gone with him being a clean striker. He didn't fill me with confidence after his first ball, but his last couple have been beautiful.
They've been cracking shots. Oh, he's had another crack. That's missed everything. Straight through to the keeper.
He seemed like he missed that by a fair way too.
He did. for Sutherland to start at this over, only conceding the 1. He wouldn't be all that happy with his figures, I don't think. In this, his 3rd over thus far. Bang. High up and under. Opportunity here for a catch. Khan's coming around, couldn't get there. They come back for 2 as 𝗃𝗃 will return the ball to Lemire on the bounce. Again, an opportunity, just couldn't quite get there.
It did hold up in the breeze a little bit too, which we thought was, I mean, I think you're right with the swirly nature of the breeze. Never really got onto it. It was on his pads as well. It was a bit straighter from Sutherland. Good effort.
Oh, he's created a little bit of room, and that's a catch. They've taken the second. Fergus O'Neill, the man there, taking the catch. So Will Sutherland, he picks up his wicket. He does concede runs, but he also takes wickets. So 1 for 17 off his 3. The Strikers move on to 2 for 83 off 11 overs. So is there still a little bit of life left in this game?
Well, this was always going to be the danger, wasn't it, from taking the power surge so early, was that you do create chances for the fielding team because you bring all the fielders in. And this is the choice of the batting team, is to bring all the fielders in around the bat. So you've got to back yourself to hit it up and over. What a great over from Sutherland. 1 for 3 conceded in the first over of the power surge.
Oh, and he's gone high up and over, deep extra cover, and that is 6 off Fergus O'Neill's first delivery for his 3rd over, and just what the Strikers wanted. What a way to respond after losing a wicket off the last ball of the previous over. Bang, 6.
And with mid-off up, that was the shot, and mid-off's going to come back now. Tomorrow, a deep sort of cover region, he's going to come back in, so you've just got to have your spots, don't you? And you look at the offside.
And he goes again, if you don't mind. He's just put it in the block hole again perfectly. Exactly the same result. Up over deep extra cover again. And you can see the shoulders slumping here for the Renegades. 1 minute they're up slightly, having a wicket. Next minute there's 2 sixes, and that score has just run away to 2 for 95. And we're only in the 12th over.
So boundaries were the key. They were the key in the Renegades innings because they didn't get them. The Strikers
are getting them.
Restricted them so well, and then yes, they're getting them now with bat in hand. Winter hitting them so nicely.
Look at that. He gave himself just a little bit of room, step back. Going to do the same here. Not as much. Still run through for the single. So doesn't matter what's happening. That scoreboard just continuing to tick over. You see that ball get into the hands of Arjun Nair there, and he knew automatically that I'm just not going to have the time to try and run them out. Funny side at the moment. Oh, that's a nice delivery. Oh, it's managed to skid past Brown down there, and it has gone all the way to the boundary. Gee, once it gains a little bit of speed on that outfield, it's just done, isn't it? It's gone. And that's a 50 for Winter. 53 off 28. And Fergus O'Neill conceding 3 boundaries in this over. Winter has really enjoyed batting against him.
Well, they set the game up well with the 66-run opening stand with McKenzie.
Oh, beautifully struck there. Up over cover. Through for the boundary. And Winter, gee, he's seeing them like the proverbial watermelons at the moment. He just took one small step to give himself some space and belted that out through cover for a boundary. So he moves on to 60 from 32 balls. You can start slow in this competition. You can start slow, but if you hit boundaries then regularly, you can catch up ever so. Quick push into the covers. He's shy at the stumps, and he's got him. What a throw. What a throw. The captain, Will Sutherland. Well, what an athlete he is. That was absolutely brilliant. He just pushed that through to cover there and thought that he'd take the arm on. Just wasn't quick enough. Sutherland moving so quickly there to his left and then throwing the stumps down. So Winter goes for 60 off 34 balls. Could there still be a little bit of life here? 3 for 109 in the 13th over.
26 runs to win. Does seem like a bizarre single to try and take.
What was the need? What was the urgency? There was no need. We were saying just then that he was all over his game, and he decides to do that. Takes the riskiest single of the day.
His momentum was also back as well, and that makes it hard to all of a sudden start getting forward, and we'll see it here in the replay. Goes on the back foot. Ross takes off. Very clean. It's gone straight to Sutherland. He was out by 2 metres.
Sutherland, for a big man, he just moves so beautifully, doesn't he?
How the fielding has changed for the big fellas, though. You look at Mitchell Stark and these guys, just their hands, some of the catches they take, the throws they do. There's no hiding.
No. Did go the reverse, well called, and he just put it away beautifully. How beautifully struck was that? Into position early, struck it cleanly, straight through to the boundary. Wonderful shot. The strikers, they move easily onto 3 for 113, and Archer, he closes out his third at none for 27.
Him as well as that. It almost doesn't matter where the field is. Look at that.
Look at that. And he goes big immediately. That's a wonderful shot. Dragged that from the offside for a boundary. So 4 runs. He's hit that up over mid-wicket. Noosa 9 from 3.
That's a little bit of experience too, isn't it?
It is.
Just to go, okay, this is what we need to do as a team, as a collective in tournament play. Net run rate's a really important part. 1 bounce into the fence for 4. That's a great shot.
Used his feet beautifully there, didn't he? Came down the wicket to Callum. Gone. Straight through the covers. And that will surely race away for a boundary. Brown in pursuit. But the boundary rope will win out. And Ross with another boundary. He moves to 16 from 7 deliveries. Doing the job here for his team as captain. And he won't mind at all just taking his opposition captain for a boundary on that occasion.
We asked where he's looking, and the reason for that is Sutherland's so good, you've got to know where you want to hit and try and manufacture it a little bit. So he backs away, knowing...
Straight down the ground. What a shot. And that was an effort ball from Sutherland too, and he's just put it straight back past him. Another 4 from Alex Ross. 20 from 8 deliveries, only 4 needed from 32. And Pete, your call of getting this job done in the 15th over, absolutely spot on.
I think it's not just from the tournament point of view either. It is very much don't let it drag, don't let the other side in, don't give them any sniff whatsoever. Ross has put paid to any suggestion that was the case. 20 from 8.
A little bit of movement in the crease there, and he takes that one almost at head height. Gets it out around 4 to square, and they just jog through for a single. So 𝗬𝗬𝗃 now to take the final delivery of this over.
3 to win for the strikers.
Can they run 3 or can they get the boundary? What will he do, Pete? What's your call? Is he going to go for the big one?
He may go for it. I reckon Southern will beat him outside the offside, looking to drive through the covers for 4. Or he'll try and knock his head off because he's a fast bowler.
And he won't be too happy just at the minute. There it is. And he's beaten on the offside. Outside off stump. Well done, Pete. Beautiful call. And the game does go into a 16th over here. 3 for 132 after 15. Sutherland after his 4. 1 for 27. 𝗬𝗬𝗃 3 from 5. Alex Ross. He has changed the complexion of this game from the moment he came out. 21 off 9.
Sutherland, of course, he's 4 overs through for 27. He actually bowled quite well.
He did.
He had good variation. Those two, but you take those, and you can't do this every time, you take those 2 boundaries off and all of a sudden he's got 1 for 19 with 2 balls remaining of his 4-ball spell, and you go, that's an amazing set of figures for T20 cricket, but that's not how it works. And once again, a fairly one-sided game here at DXC Arena.
Lockie Bangs to come into the attack here for his first over, and what really should be the last over of this match. And I hope he doesn't bowl like that. I'm just watching him doing his warm-up here, and the ball's come awkwardly out of his left hand and popped straight up in the air.
No, that's to get the rotation.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's what the bowlers tell me. I'm banking on them being true.
Oh, I would not be believing them for a moment.
I would have had to face any of them, I reckon.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Ross on strike here, 21 off 9.
Tough gig for Lockie Bangs.
Oh, tough gig indeed.
Bowl the 16th over. They need 3.
3 from 30. Can they restrict the scoring here? Can he take a wicket?
Don't let it come off me. That's the only thing you'd be saying.
Yep. Here he comes. He does bang that one in, and Ross has come high off the bat, and he's taken a wicket with his first ball. This is a strange game, T20 cricket. 1 off 1 for Lockie Bangs, and Alex Ross is out, 21 off 10. The strikers, 4 for 132. First ball of the 16th.
We would have chatted about it. It's right. Well, we know his driving's going beautiful at the minute. He's hitting it through cover and rid off so cleanly. Maybe just try and bang one in, see if he can get a miss hit, and there it is. I mean, if he gets hold of it, goes on the back of a breeze, which again has changed direction.
Yep.
You can probably say goodbye to the pill, but why not? It was worth a shot, and I like that from Banks.
Yeah, me too.
He's had a chat with his skipper. That's what they decided to do, and he's executed it well.
Nice delivery there from Lockie Bangs, and Fields off his own bowling. Couldn't quite take that one cleanly, but dot ball. 2 to win. He's wandering back to his mark here, Lockie Bangs. He's been very good in the outfield here. He's had to do the hard yards here, didn't get to bat.
And on his own.
And on his own. That's a nice delivery. They'll scamper through for a single here as 𝗵𝗺 comes through from cover.
Well, he was part of that nice little 27-run partnership, but he faced about 6 balls.
Sorry, mate, he didn't get to bat much, I should have said.
No, that's spot on though.
He didn't do much, but he was there. He was part of the partnership and actually built that with 𝗬𝗏𝗧, didn't he? The only reason why they're still bowling now is because of that partnership.
That's exactly right. Well, the scores are level now. In the old days, everyone would come in. Nowadays, they're probably just as likely to drop it on the roof of the pavilion.
𝗬𝗏𝗧 to take strike here. It's 3 off 5. Can he put an end to this? Heaves that one away through mid-wicket, and they'll jog through for 1, and that will do it. The Strikers, they win this. They've run down the total of 133. They finish at 4 for 135 here. The Adelaide Strikers, there they are, 60 from Winter, 14 from Ryan King, 21 from Ross. 32 at the top there from Harvey, but that was the foundation really. The two openers, 32 and 60, that was where it really started. They took the game away early, didn't they?
They did, that's exactly right. Whenever there were going to be question marks, it had to be early wickets from the Renegades. And look at their bowlers. O'Neill had 2 overs for 11 and he went for 31 after the last one, went for 20. Pete got a wicket, Bangs as well at the end, but all in all, it's been all Adelaide Strikers. They'll take the 2 points. They remain alive in this competition. For the Renegades, 3 wins, 3 losses. They'll be disappointed. Now they get to just put their feet up for a little while, and unfortunately their tournament will come to an end.
Yeah, bit of a sad end for them, but well done to the Strikers winning the match here against the Renegades.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃 app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit 𝗃𝗵𝗃𝗃𝗃.com.